Fresh deer meat. Just harvested. Super tender. Beautiful. Look how tender that is. Get it all diced up nice. Get it into your stock pot with some water, and I like to use the pre-made onion soup mixes. And I'm down in the pantry and I'm gonna grab a couple of jars of beef stock that I pressure canned. All right, we got our 3 jars ready to go in. Mine's all black, Riley. You didn't tell me it's not the camel one.
Darkening your face, regardless of the context or the circumstances, is always unacceptable because of the racist history of blackface.
Right, next step. Adding in a second package of our onion soup mix. Crack a bay leaf and get that in there. About a half a teaspoon of thyme, fresh from the garden that I dehydrated or fresh garlic in there. Had this garlic for a couple years now, so I've got to use it up. Cycle out your preps. About half a teaspoon of crushed chilies. Alex doesn't like anything too hot, so half of a teaspoon. And this is where I'm cooking, right on the wood stove. No hydro needed. Let this simmer while we're going out for a grouse hunt. Okay, this is diced onions, 3 large white ones, butter. Gonna get them caramelized, add a little bit of brown sugar to help the process, and then we'll be on to the next step. Let this simmer low and slow for about half an hour. We're gonna grind some pink Himalayan in there too, to also speed up the process of the caramelization. Not too much though, as the store-bought onion soup mix already contains a good amount of salt. Now I just got to get some brown sugar in here. Using about one tablespoon of brown sugar. I'm going to just try to spread it around. They're already starting to look beautiful. So let's make it 2 tablespoons brown sugar. We lost a bunch of fluid from our soup. I'm going to add some more water, and the broth is beautiful. I have horrible lighting down here. We had 2 bulbs go the other night that I haven't replaced yet. We got some beautiful caramelization happening here. I'm going to go in with some of my homemade red wine. Beautiful. So this is what I'm going to be using for the crouton instead of the croutons. This bread is absolutely delicious. Sure, I make my own bread, but I have not had the time, so this is what we're going with. Our onions are successfully caramelized. I just wish that I would have done more onions. They rendered down a lot. Let's see, maybe I'll do another batch. So I had a pile of leftover zucchini, well, a small pile. Anyways, cut that all up because I got a lot of stock in here. So that's going in. All right. Let that cook down a little bit. And get more onions in here. And then we'll be able to get this into the oven to finish off our French Onion Tenderloin Soup. This bread, you gotta open it up. We want this to be like a crouton. So it's going in the power air fryer for like another 5 minutes or so. You want it to be just as crispy on the inside for this project, folks. Alright, I found more onions. Haha! Let's really onion it up. Well, I'm gonna get these ones into the pot right now. Alright, our second batch of onions is underway with a little bit of extra spices. Garlic powder, thyme, and our brown sugar. Got this caramelized. Soup is looking delish. Now it's time to get this thing in the oven. So yes, I am using the oven for this because we got to make sure we get a nice brown top with a broil on our cheese and our garlic bread crouton. Doesn't this look amazing? And I'm doing this in the Dutch oven. Rest of the caramelized onions in here. And I don't have the ramekin bowls because I donated them to charity because I'm trying to declutter the amount of kitchen stuff that I have. I know, it's just one of those things that you have to do when you're moving to a smaller property. Sorry, a larger property, but with a smaller house. Now this is looking pretty darn delicious. Right, we're ready for the bread and the cheese. Alright, look at this. Beautiful. Bread's on there. And now for the cheese. What do we got? We got Swiss. That's a very, very strong flavor for cheese. It's one of my favorites for when we're cooking wild game. Oh my goodness, this is a very rich dish, I will say. And we got some old cheddar going on too. Like I said, this is going to be a very rich French onion soup with tenderloin. Oh my goodness. Wait until this bubbles up, folks. Incredible. Let's get her in the oven. Okay, so the tray's underneath in case it bubbles out. I don't want the smoke detector going off. Alright. So we have it at 400 for about, what, let's say a half hour, and then I'm going to broil it for a bit, like 3 minutes to get that cheese bubbling. Alright, let's wait for it. Tink tink, what are we making, boy? What are we making, boy? Alright, it's bubbling. Let's get it grilled up so that cheese bubbles up. Stop. Broil. Start. Oops. Set timer on for 3 minutes. Start. When you're broiling, you can't get it going. You can't let it go too long, folks. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. I gotta get this out of here. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Work of art. Oh my goodness, look at this. Wow. Time for a taste test. I should have cut up the bread into smaller chunks because now this is going to be quite the task. Yeah, my kitchen's a bit of a mess. There's been a million things going on. So yeah, just a little tip. Cut up the bread into smaller chunks. And for the taste test, tastes good.
Yeah, it tastes amazing. My first time trying this.
Oh yeah, French onion soup with
Garlic bread and cheese.
and our tenderloin.
It's really delicious.
It's very rich, right?
It's delicious. I've never tried this before.
Okay.
Your turn.
My turn. I just wish that the bread would stay more hardened. Flavor spot on. Everything is delicious. And so what I'm going to be doing with the rest of this is I'll be pressure canning legit like tomorrow. Success. Try it out, folks. Yeah, the cheese just makes it more rich with the butter and stuff too. Just phenomenal recipe. My first time making French onion soup. And the tenderloin is just incredible. And the zucchini. Look at the onions. Totally delicious. Thank you for watching. All the videos from the collaboration are up on Gail's channel in a playlist. Go check them out. There's some fantastic recipes. And in the next few weeks, I need to best be canning a whole bunch of stuff. So with my leftover soup, we're making pies, baby. Oh yeah. The best way to get your lard separated. Honestly, I did a pie making video last year. Just use a potato masher. 1 pound of lard. 4 cups of flour for now. It's supposed to be 4.5 cups, so we're just going to see the consistency here. And your third and final ingredient is a can of ginger ale. really that simple, and it's incredible, incredible pie crust, like so. And get her mixed up, but don't overwork it. All I do is go around the bowl like this, bring it towards the center, flip it around, and then we'll be able to add our last half of a cup on there. You even put a little bit of flour on your hands and get your hands right in there. Hey, nothing fancy. This is what it looks like after you haven't worked it too much. Now we're ready to roll her up and make some pie shells. Brief break to get my canner unloaded. I worked on tomatoes today, folks. Okay, so all of my little pies are filled up, and I got 7 soggy bread, which I will feed the chickens the soggy bread, but everything's looking pretty good. I just have to get my tops on these with an egg wash, and they're going in the oven, and then I have to make a gravy. So that is quite a few pies left over from our French onion and tenderloin soup. Wow, here's the other 2 here. So we'll be able to put some back in the freezer for extra meals. This is gonna be beautiful. Honestly, if I had a freeze drying machine, I would chop this up super fine and I'd be freeze drying it. There's so much delicious flavor in that bread. Oh my goodness. Get the chicken, Stitchy says. He's all over that bread. Got the egg wash on, and we're going in the oven. Setting it to 350. I think that I have to double check my recipe book though, because it might be 400. So these have to go in for about 45 minutes just to get that crust nice and golden brown on the bottom. They're looking fantastic. In 42 minutes, these pies are looking beautiful. Let's get them out of the oven and get our gravy on. Does anyone else ever feel like their kitchen is always a mess? Okay, I am totally not cleaning this up tonight. I'm exhausted. I did canning today. I did the pies, so I took care of all of the leftover French onion soup with the tenderloin. Okay, legit. Like these pies, look at that. It's beautiful. So I'm super stoked. I got a little bit of broth here that's gonna go into the rough grouse that I have on the wood stove downstairs. We have a whole big pot of grouse stew happening, so I'm just gonna add that right in there for some added yummy goodness. Now it's time for a taste test of the pie with the gravy. Where did the gravy? Oh, it's right there. Alex is already downstairs by the fire. He had a long day working on the tiny house. I was inside the whole day. My legs are sore, and I have my sciatic nerve issue that ramped right up today. So I'm going in for a taste test. I don't need a huge one. They're all looking pretty full here. But I could just do half tonight and half tomorrow. I'm not a big eater in the evening. We'll see if my crust is done underneath. I hope it is. It's not too bad. It probably could have went for another 10 minutes or so, but it's looking pretty good. A little bit of gravy on the side. Gotta have gravy. And you can also pair it with beans from the garden or whatever yummy vegetables you have going on. But we got lots of onions in there. Oh yeah, this is looking good. Okay, I'm going downstairs. And?
It's good. I'll have another one.
Oh, there you go. So it worked out.
Yeah, one for Gordon, one for her.
Okay. You're being very generous. Alright, our fire's going. Our grouse is all here in the stew pot with beans and yummy goodness. Oh yeah. It's the taste test, and it's hot down here. And when you approach my age, you're gonna understand. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Excellent for the use of leftovers of your French onion soup and tenderloin, I might add, and even the cheesy bread. It is fantastic, and it's a mini pie, legit, but it's enough, honestly, for probably 2 meals, maybe even 2.5 for myself. So, all in all, I still got a couple more videos to watch of the collaboration for the hashtag Cozy Fall Soup 2024, hosted by Gail and Heather. I will link the video playlist for everybody involved in the collaboration into the description of the video as well as in the comments. Fantastic collaboration, in my opinion. Gives you so much different ideas for different soups and even stews and stuff like that. And I guess this could be also a consideration for Wild Game November that I believe Christine at Gilliam Farms hosted last year that I was a part of. So this is like a 2-in-1, a 3-in-1, at the 3-in-1 deal. Yeah, oh yeah, you're getting the soup, you're getting the leftovers made into a meat pie. I will link my meat pie video from last year in there so you get that video too, and just fantastic collaboration. And if certain soups, they're a lot easier to make than others. This one was like a little bit more, I'd say, intermediate as opposed to a beginner's soup. And I love soup. I'm a huge soup lover. So I got to be getting on lots of pressure canning. The grouse up there is going to be all pressure canned tomorrow. And then I'll be on to the next project after that. I got a lot of stuff to be canned. So stay tuned for all of those fun videos. I apologize for the quality of the lighting down here. I still haven't changed those bulbs. But our truck is broken down. And our truck is broken down. It's not even going into the shop until next Tuesday. I got quite a few days that I can have for planning, pressure canning and stuff like that. And then eventually it'll get fixed. But yeah, it's kind of like a crappy thing. But whatever. Rolling with it. Getting things done. Staying at home. We're pretty well prepped. Okay, thank you for watching. Jen and Alex out. Try this soup. Try the soup. You won't be disappointed. So I made a trip to town today. I had to get my stepdad to give me a lift. Come pick me up and then bring me to town. You know what that's like when you're like in your 40s? It's a little strange. And yeah, he had tendency, had a little bit of road rage. Chill. So I picked up my new glasses. I haven't worn glasses in years. My eyesight has totally went downhill. It like kind of reversed. So now I can't see up close. So if I'm at the lap, I gotta take my glasses off. And then what happens is you risk the pugs eating your glasses. They will eat your glasses. Legit. It's like, I don't know if you've heard, they're eating the cats. Bitchy, they're eating the cats. Tinky, they're eating the cats. So I have to be careful because they will eat my glasses. And I was just telling Paula at P&J's Homesteading Adventure, okay, they're gonna eat my glasses. I need a case, inside 12 cases, because 1 is none and 2 is 1. And 2 is what? 1. And then there's 3. Oh, and then there's 12. Okay, now I'm confusing myself. Okay. So, thank you everyone for watching. The pugs will eat your stuff. Legit. They eat my lipstick. They eat my glasses. They eat my sunglasses. They're gonna eat these. And these weren't cheap. So, I gotta take care of my stuff and make some meat pies now. Anyway, my back is feeling a lot better. I laid down and edited this video, and it was a great collaboration to be a part of. So, thank you, Gail and Heather and the whole crew. Thank you. And yeah, I got a couple things to do and a couple videos to catch up on. Thank you for watching. All jokes aside, I gotta find my case for my glasses.